Hello. Today I'm going to answer this question that had been posted recently at the ROS Answer group about how to set the log of each node in C++. So the user, the one that is asking the question, he points to the solution in Python, but he would like to know how to set every node with its own level of debug using CPP API. So here some people is pointing to where the solution is at the wiki of the ROS console, but nobody is providing an actual implementation how to. So in the ROS console you can see here the answer about that question, and it's basically about let me find it, is here. Yes, it's about performing this call here to the ROS console set logger level, and then once you have done this, you have to notify that the change in the level of logger has been performed. Okay, so basically that is the answer to the question, but how to implement that in our example? So let's see how to do that very quickly. For that, let's go to the construct, to the ROS Development Studio that you can find at rds.theconstructsim.com. And there you create an account, and then you can get in and start doing your projects like we are doing here. Here I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call it answering logger question, for example. You can put a description here, whatever, and then let's create it. Great. So answering the logger question, and let's open it so we can work with it. Then the environment of the ROS Development Studio opens in my web browser. I'm using today Firefox, and here we have the notebook that we are not going to use it today, so I'm going to just hide it to have more space. And we are going to concentrate here on the basically on the IDE and also the shell. So let's go and create a package for showing how to use the ROS console. For that I have to go to the Catkin workspace and source, and this is the workspace that is being selected here. So now actually I'm inside this directory that contains an empty package already provided by the system for acting as a shell package that you can use. We are not going to use that. We are going to create our own package. So let's do a Catkin create package and logger node, for example. That depends on ROS CPP, of course, and also in order to use this we need to use the in order to use the ROS console, we have to provide this as a dependency here. So ROS console as a dependency, and let's create it. Great, created. It should appear here now. Okay, if it doesn't appear, we can force it by rescanning, and here it is. And we have those directories and pre-configure thing. The only thing that we are going to create is a CPP plus file here inside the source. So let's create here the source, and I'm going to call it node CPP logger node log node, for example. Great. Now here we are going to create our program that will use this different changes of the logger level. For that, the first thing that we have to do is to include, of course, the ros.h and the console.h. This is the one that provides us the functionality that we are going to do. Let me just put it maybe a little bit bigger. The font. Here it is. Great. Then let's create the main for that, and then let's start with the program. Copy, and here we have, yes. Great. Now the first thing that we have to do inside here is to create the init, the initialization of the node, and the node handle. So let's do it like this. Log tester, for example, is the name of my node. And then let's do one thing. What we are going to do is to create a loop that is going to publish different messages in different log levels. And dynamically, we are going to be changing this level. So we'll see how the messages are changing, in which ones are printed on the screen and which ones are not. So for that, let's set a basic level now, and we are going to select the debug one. So in this line, what I am doing is just setting the default level to debug for this node, for the log tester. And for that, I'm just copying and pasting this line here. Okay, it's just this. This is the one that says how you can change or how you can set a log file level, log level into a node. And we are setting this to debug by default. And then let's print a message that indicates this. For example, we have started this program at debug level, log level. Okay, about the log levels, you must understand which one is the hierarchy of the different levels of log. And we have that here. Let me check it. Where is it? It was around here. Here it is. Yes. So those are the 5 different log levels that we can use. And debug is the simplest one. Let's say the less important one. And then it goes in order of importance, it goes down. So what this means is that if we set to debug the level, all the logs that are being printed in this level, this level, and this level, this level will be shown. If we set to info, the log level of the node, only the messages printed with info, warning, or error will be shown, not the debug ones. And the same way, if we set the level to error of the node, then no messages, no log messages with levels of warning, info, or debug will be shown. Only error and fatal. So we're going to make use of this in order to make understand how we can change this log level in real time while the node is running. Okay, then now I need to create here my loop, and for that I'm going to create also a rate for the loop that is going to be slow at 0.5, and then I need to create a counter and a while loop. So here it is. Great. Now inside here I'm going to print 3 messages in 3 different levels. So I'm going to print one message in debug level, another message in info level, and another one in error level. This is a debug message, an info message, and an error message. As you can see, this is the debug, the info, and the error. Now, what I want to do is to show you how these 3 prints will appear or not depending on the current level of the logger of this node. So the first time that we go in this while loop, we are in debug level. And because debug is the lowest level of all those 3 messages will appear. Now, what I want to do is that after 5 times that those 3 messages have been printed, in that time I want to change the log level to info. So I'm going to change to info and indicate that I am changing to log info. Then the loop will still continue, and then at that time this debug message will not be shown on the screen because we have changed to info and debug is beneath info, so it won't be shown because of the current level. And then let's do another test also. So let's change it to error after 5 times more. So if the counter is 10, then we'll change to error. So at that point in time, when the loop comes back here, only the error message should be shown. And then let's finish of course the the code by just finishing the loop. If we have printed this 5 times more, so we get out. In the meantime, we spin once, and then we just ensure here the loop rate and increase the counter. That is all. Finally, we have to return 0. Great, so we have everything. Now it's time for compiling. So let's go to the console here and go to here and do the catkin make. And in this case, sorry, before that we have to modify. So it's going to not compile nothing. Yes, we have to modify here the CMake list and then provide that it has to generate we have to add the dependencies, add this one, add the executable, and the executable name is not that but log node. So like this, and then we have to include this one to include the link to link the libraries that are required. Great. So here we go. Now we are going to see how it builds, and after that we are going to execute. In this example, we are not going to use any simulation because it's just a login system, so we don't have to use the part here about launching a simulation. Great, it's been compiled. Then let me do the catkin install also and source the Devel setup because I don't have it sourced. Great, now I just launch ROS run, and I'm going to change the configuration of the screen so we can see the messages in a bigger way. ROS run is called logger node, and then logger node. Okay, yes, that's the name that it appeared. Okay, so now I'm going to launch it, and here you can see we have started program with debug, and then we see the 3 different messages labeled that are printed of our while loop, those 3. At this point in time, we have changed to info, so only info and error are shown in that loop, from this loop here. And now we have changed to error, and at this point in time, then only error messages of the 3 here are shown. So, and then we finish. Basically, that's it. So we have shown here how to change in real time while the node is running to different levels of logging. So you can handle that in order to print the messages that you would like to have. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't hesitate to ask us questions in case that you want. You can just post it there beneath the video and we'll answer the questions. And if you like those kinds of videos, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell so you will be notified. Thank you very much.